There's a newcomer, Reggie Bullock, for quarterback Dominic Davis. And to the air he goes. Bodenheimer with the grab. And Bullock. The year out there for the Gamecocks. Davis under pressure, throws, tip you, and quarterback Dominic Davis. To the position. Sort of a hybrid linebacker spot. Very talented young man. Pass is caught. And
Got to stay on the field.
Davis throws. Incomplete off the hands of Bullock. Bullock on the handoff. In Arizona. Bullock again. 4. It is complete. Under pressure, incomplete.
Carolina can get after the quarterback as well as anybody. 41 sacks last year, led the SEC. Now, these are...
Davis throws underneath, turning the corner. Dominic Davis, you can just sense the confidence growing. Down the sideline, and incomplete, intended. Fights for some tough yardage to the. Lewis. Bullock. Bullock, nice cutback. Take.
Comes the blitz.
And Davis has to eat it.
He could have protected himself, maybe checked to something else, and maybe he had an opportunity to get another touchdown.
Some kind of quick. Bullock looks for a hole, spins it down.
Years of coaching since William the Refrigerator Perry. High compliment.
This one,
I say his name a lot tonight. Getting after the quarterback. You can't try to block him with a running back, that's for sure. The tackle block down. That's the guy that they like. He's a very, very crafty, shifty wide receiver in that inside.
Davis gets rid of it. Ball to Bullock and a penalty.
Starters from last year, so breaking in a lot of new guys against the South Carolina pass rush.
Davis again. And a loss back to the 10-yard line.
But Jadeveon Clowney is just relentless in his pass rush. These guys are really starting to turn up the heat on Dominic Davis and his ECU offense.
Yep. Bullock bounced off Clowney, but then tackled at the 10. Hardy throws. It comes with that. Near side, Lewis. And 4. Bullock. Davis. Zip. Look to the outside, and Lewis.
Part they wanted, but they're battled back, and they were in 3 of this football game.
Bullock. Crossing route. 3rd and 8. Another fumble recovered by the Gamecocks. Off 4 South Carolina turnovers. As Bullock, or rather have been Torrance Hunt, who was originally listed as number 34. This is batted down. Clowney nearly had the interception.
And the young freshman almost had his first interception and touchdown. If Dominic Davis does an outstanding.
5-24. Down the sideline against goal.
I really did.
Lance Lewis. Davis. Can he turn the corner? Plants, pivots, touchdown. Sideline jump. Davis.
They really have, and they've seen an outstanding open this college football season.
Davis has time. Now runs for his life, and it's picked off.
175 pounds defensive end. As we mentioned earlier, he'll go down inside and play defensive tackle at times, and also he can drop in space.
Davis. Davis at Minnesota. Thank you, Christina. Here comes the handoff for the Pirates, and again, easier for the Pirates. They go home to meet Virginia Tech next week. Hokies very impressive routing out.
Disrupting these wide receivers.
Webster.
It's a bright spot. He's an absolute star in that secondary.
Bullock
set up in some great field position. Very bright offensive mind, and like you said, Bob, learned from Mike Leach in his days at Texas Tech, and that's the type of.
Good hands by Davis. Webster incomplete. 2nd and 10. Davis got rid of it, tipped incomplete. First game had him swallowed up.
Yeah, it really did. I'm not sure how Dominique Davis got rid of that foot.
Lewis upended it. Lewis catches it for the touchdown.
We welcome those of you that have been watching Oklahoma State and Texas A&M. Second for Vandy, who take over for their 3rd possession with even better field position at the 22. Smith's throw too high in 10. 2nd down and 10. Slung out to Kraus to the 50. 0 of 2 on 3rd down so far. They face a 3rd and 3 from the 15 of South Carolina. Handoff. Seymour wrapped up. As the Vandy head coach James Franklin likes to call it, did not go well that time for the Commodores.
Jump change.
3rd and 7, and underheat again. He loses the football. Scooped up. Headed the other way. Antonio Allen loses it, and it's recovered by Melvin Ingram.
There's Clowney coming off the top. You see the big windmill move. There he is. He knocks the ball out of Smith's hands. There goes Allen. Allen gets the ball ripped. Great play there, but no.
That the South Carolina defense scores on. Larry Smith with Clowney knocking the ball free. Initially picked up by Allen. Then Wesley Tate knocks it free. And rolling into the end zone, and Ingram covered it up. Off a turnover for their first points of this game. 1st and 10, Vandy. Here's the pitch. Zach Stacy trying to turn the left corner. Got by Clowney, but then ankle tack. The diamond package to the right, and he pulls it down. He's going to run with it. A 1st down. Breaks a couple of tackles before he's finally brought to South Carolina. Seymour in the backfield with Lassing. Tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Hard line. They have that diamond set up with 4 receivers to the right. Smith does not look that way. Now he does under pressure. Unloads, complete to Kraus. He's close to a 1st.
They had it set up on the outside, where a lot of times you run that diamond because you want to set up a one-on-one matchup.
To the 19 for a 1st down. Smith dumps it off. Stacy. Big. Smith towards the near sideline. Adjustment. Kraus. 1st and 10 though for Vandy from their own 32. That was kept by Smith. Fake the handoff.
Holds down the other side, and he's awful good.
The pitch to Seymour. Pulled down by Antonio Allen. Vandy 0 for 7 on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 10 for their own 32. Smith under heat. Melvin Ingram sacks him back.
Right here they are. Ingram is this guy and Clowney's this guy, and you can't double team them. I mean, they were set up to double team Clowney, and Ingram got the one-on-one.
Doors. Empty backfield. Smith across the middle. Vanderbilt needs to do something offensively, don't they, Rob?
Yeah, they really do. And here they come out with that option that I talked about early on in the game. And hey, tempo, something they showed the first 3 weeks of the season. Not yet tonight until now.
Caught by Kraus. Their previous first downs came on the same drive, which concluded with a punt. Smith swings it out. Tate makes a maneuver but can't split. Loose. Smith jumps on it back at the 16 at their own 29-yard line. With Larry Smith in the shotgun. Looks Tate's way, hangs on to it, gets stripped, it's loose, and South Carolina looks like they have recovered.
Here's Clowney, and watch, they're going to try and come over and block him with Zach Stacy, and this is the mismatch I'm talking about. And watch this athleticism. He just jumps over him, reheats, gets chop blocked, and still has the strength to rip the ball out of the arms of Larry Smith. I think Smith got hurt trying to recover that thing.
Yes.
That's some athleticism right there. I mean, there's a reason that guy was the #1 recruit. That's his second forced fumble of the ball.
The end of the run back to the 25, but it's the 4th pick for the Vandy defense tonight. New quarterback Jordan Rogers. Now 21-3. Quarterback Jordan Rogers hands it off, and Seymour hit right as he took that handoff, and Aldrich. Ray still wants to hit somebody. Slung out, caught by Rogers. Dumps it off to Stacy. Staying on his feet, but now brought down. 18 at their own 29-yard line. Jordan Rogers brings it back down and is brought down at the 30. Seymour lining up on the right side and letting it go. A little underthrown, but Kraus.
One of the best corners in the country. When the coaches thought he had a bad week last week against East Carolina. Spurrier said it was his worst game as a Gamecock. Murray, as was the case last week, true freshman and running back. Another one of the most highly recruited players in the country last year. Terrell, part of a big-time recruiting class, dubbed locally as the Dream Team. Finds another hole, bounces off some hits. He's into the secondary. Richard Samuel, the tailback. He gets the call off right guard and got slammed down. He stayed on 3rd down and 0 for 2 today. Try to surprise with the run, Crowell. He's very really asking, but that's a little won't make much difference. We're not going to recruit in Texas anyway. Isaiah. South Carolina brings a blitz, and it pays off as Murray.
They come with the blitz. Clowney's just going to come. Nobody picks him up. Nicely done on the outside.
Considered
Holloman, yeah,
by many to be the top prospect in the entire spring. 3rd straight Mr. Football in South Carolina to play for the Gamecocks. 3rd and 16. Isaiah Crowell. Approval rating in these parts is at about 5%. Murray forced to pull it down and run. It has room and a 1st down. What a run by Aaron Murray. Liner quarterbacks after last year. And off to Richard Samuel.
To be seen, Sean.
He had some problems in pass protection last week. Not unusual for a young player. Sam is 243 pounds. Bouncing off bodies. Ahead for Georgia. Murray, lots of time. Going deep. Has a man. Touchdown. Swirling around about Coach Rickley. Love Coach Rickley. Want to continue to play for him. Murray on 3rd and 8. Dropped. Back to the screen again. Crowell inside the 5.
Touch. He came right back to it, and the whole key is to allow them to come in, which they do. They actually caught him in a stunt, and Clowney can't catch Crowell.
He'd already committed to Georgia. The coaches weren't all that happy when he told him he wanted to go back and play. There's a fumble recovered by Gilmore, heading the other way. With early losses, avoiding that today. The East Carolina team that was in the bowl game last year. And Murray on 1st and 10. Bobbing and weaving, flagged down. From their own 12-yard line, Aaron Murray out of the shotgun. Short completion to Tavares King. 7 yards.
Then immediately looked ahead, went over to his offensive line group, told him to stay focused.
2nd and 3. Malcolm Mitchell, the freshman. 3 wide receivers for Murray, again out of the shotgun. 4-man rush, but they put pressure on. Floater is caught by Marlon Brown. Runs to seconds of the 3rd quarter. SEC opener. In the teams picked 1st and 2nd in the SEC preseason poll in the East. South Carolina won. Running back. South Carolina rush 4. Murray with time. Has his man. 21 to go. All 3 timeouts. South Carolina doesn't have any. 3 wide receivers, and Murray couldn't even complete his drop. Then he fumbles the football. Jadeveon Clowney knocked it loose, and Melvin Ingram.
Watch Clowney up top. He's going to take that hard inside move. They're bringing a blitz, and Melvin Ingram was on the outside. He was the second part of that rush. Well, Clowney knocks the ball out, and Ingram just cleans it up.
Steps up, runs, and an interception return. Murray getting time this time, ducks it short. Crowell dropped it. Murray looked to his right, then threw. Winded after the chains were set. Murray going deep, one-on-one coverage.
Denard's been having a great game at corner.
Martinez to pass again. Rex Burkhead. And here is Rex Burkhead. Good acceleration.
Pretty good play.
Here's the pitch now to Burkhead. And he is taken down. Option to the far side. Martinez pitches late. They're going to pass here on 3rd and 4. Burkhead coming here to support the team. Now Burkhead with blockers in front. Play clock running down. Martinez going to launch it down. Need to get to the 30. Martinez going to go to Burkhead out of the back. Long-standing tradition in this area. 2nd and 3 now. And 1st down.
At front 7.
Now they're going to pass off of it downfield, and that
ball to him, looking for him in the passing game.
Pitch to Abdullah now, and he is cut down in the back surrounding this kid to play SEC football.
You know, all he did was become a freshman of the year in the SEC to them.
They come with the end around now. Kenny Bell. Bell inside the 20, and finally
back the other way. But South Carolina had this prepared. I mean, Stephon Gilmore's right there. He just went for the knockout punch down low. Clowney gets sucked inside. He's going after the quarterback. He's got no shot to get.
Burkhead now. Good spin move. And then tries to cut back against the grain. Can he pick up a block? As he is.
You really don't want to reverse field against this defense. There's a lot of speed in that front. You're not going to break one, especially with a guy like.
waiting for his block. Came out of Plano, went on to play at Harvard, and he's a star here at Nebraska. Here's Rex again. 3rd and 14. Intercepted.
He's off to your left.
Martinez going to keep it himself. Good move by Martinez.
The quarterback available for someone else who did not get out there. You always.
2nd and goal now. And they run now with Burkhead. And Martinez, they do just that, trying to set up the screen. And that was clogged up with great success. 2nd and 14. Martinez just trying to make the most of it. A flag.
And 42 attempts inside the 50.
2nd and 29. Taylor Martinez. How they're built. Martinez going to just tuck it and run it. They are gone for getting into a fight. Rex Burkhead, game about as Martinez tries to change things up and set that offense. Ball was batted and falls incomplete. 3-point margin. Martinez, pressure coming, and Clowney brings him.
Clowney coming from the right side, stays with it. There's nowhere for Martinez to go to the other side. He comes right back to Clowney.
Interference on that drive, and then the 23-yard reception on a 3rd and 18 as well. Martinez, he cannot. His star cornerback who was ejected from the game with that fight with Alshon Jeffrey, who was also ejected. Here's 2nd and 15, and Abdullah, as he tried. Martinez, and that is complete. And back, they need a little magic from Martinez right now, though. He is being chased down, and he cannot escape it.
Speed on the outside, the edges, defensive ends coming at you. You got 98 Taylor, and on the other side, Clowney. Lines that have been active and overwhelmed Oregon's offensive line, so that LaMichael James didn't have anywhere to go. Outside, he's played middle linebacker in option situations in the past, and how about that guy?
Well,
watch the matchup there. Too much quickness, too much speed. He gets grabbed, he's still there. You're talking about a guy who's going to be a bit.
5th sack of the day for South Carolina. 3rd and 22. Martinez being chased and desperate again and goes down.
Zach Stacy at running back for the first snap of the 2012 season, and the Commodores running back has it, and he
number 7 is every play.
2nd down and 12. Stacy has it again. Cuts back, good running room up across.
Become very important for Vanderbilt.
Wesley Tate checked in, but then emptied out of the backfield, and Jordan Rogers runs it well.
When they have to account for another player carrying the football aside from a running back, just a design draw here, Davey. Getting positive yards up front, little
in a physical matchup.
As Wesley Tate in at running back, Tate has played Commodore backfield. Vanderbilt has yet to throw the ball. They still haven't. Stacy hit in the backfield. That's big Devin Tate.
See a lot of one-on-ones. He's got to win those.
First pass of the night is complete, Chris. Jordan Rogers. They are. They're going for it, and on the slant, it's incomplete. Rogers.
The tone, not just for this game, but for this season, being aggressive. But now you're giving the football back to South Carolina.
Him or Boyd, both 6'3" targets.
Stacy will keep it on the ground. That's been effective in the early going, and Zach's
times as you need to win.
Misdirection. Clowney absolutely swallows it up. Jadeveon Clowney.
To stop the run, but you watch him get off the football. He gets underneath. It just does a great job recognizing the play, blows up the tackle, and is in the backfield. And that's what you want to see. You want to see him being hyperactive, get in the backfield as quick as possible, because he's so gifted.
Rolled that time. 3rd down and 11. Wesley Tate has returned. Rogers buying a little time. Starting to run out of time, and now it's all gone.
Play call by Lorenzo Ward, zone blitz. Shaq Wilson here playing middle linebacker, comes through untouched, and he forces Jordan Rogers to flush out. I talked earlier, you have to know when the play is dead.
More successful.
A golden opportunity for the team dressed in black. Rogers. Wesley.
Check the football down.
Zach Stacy gets nothing. It'll be second down. Josh Grady set to take the direct snap. Fakes to Kimbrough. There is a flag down. And Grady is swallowed. James Franklin has studied enough to find a weakness in this South Carolina D. Jordan Rogers throwback. And it's intercepted by Shaq Wilson.
Good job reading this. They roll it out to the right, expecting a lot of flow from the defense. Right there, when you turn around, you got to throw that thing.
One bad turnover, one score. Rogers on the roll. Taylor with pressure. Flag comes in. And so check that out in your tablet. Jordan Rogers back to work. Lots of time. Perhaps seeing some ghosts looking for pressure.
The first time in the red zone, you got to grab him on the side and say, dude, stop doing that.
The freshman, Brian Kimbrough. Oh, he's lightning. 6 as Stacy has returned. Vanderbilt with the ball at the South Carolina 11. Option look for Jordan Rogers. Rogers inside the
top of the screen with receiver Chris Boyd.
Rogers not looking that way yet. Now he is and throws it a little.
The lead at halftime? Wow.
They'll keep it on the ground with Zach Stacy. Now it'll be
down. Big play here.
Wesley Tate. Tate is knocked down. Can take shots at the end zone. 3rd and 4. Rogers in trouble. Jordan. So presumably the last play of the first half, Jordan Rogers trying to buy a little time. And he does. Can he get the pass off? And it's knocked down a strip. The ball's loose. And South Carolina's just going to fall on it.
The guy's going to have to execute to get Marcus Lattimore back on track, help him out in the run game.
The ball's on the ground. Jordan Rogers picks it up. The freshman Kimbrough. We'll see what they do on 3rd and long. A lot of pressure coming. Rogers throws it behind Chris Boyd. He is the all-time leading rusher.
For now, Stacy's going to beat him.
Stacy came into the game needing about 631 yards to pass more.
Connor Shaw run the football here in the second half.
1st and 10 after the run by Stacy. Wesley Tate is in to spell him. And Tate, who had been moved purpose yards in that year. Rogers firing slant. Great. Oh, it was the 4th time in his career. See who can get 10 for the Commodores, if anyone. Rogers stepping up, trying to turn the corner. Racing for the first down. They're just going to try to draw them. Long count. No, they snap it. Hit in the backfield. I'm not sure Wesley Tate.
Stacy's not in the ball game, so he can't carry the physical back. And look at that.
What a
That
great
is like a statement that expects to win.
Tate picking his way and pushing inside. Rogers, pump fake, throwing for the end zone, got a man out there, and he was.
You don't want to see him kick from 50 again.
Rogers, time now running. He'll be still opening and producing cool-looking work as Zach Stacy has returned for the Doors. Jordan Rogers taking a shot. He's got Matthews again. And
tonight.
Rogers drops the football and probably good composure.
I think his name's Aaron. You heard of him?
Yeah. Jordan Rogers eschews the 3rd down. He did throw it his way, but DJ Swear.
Slot up top. That's your best one-on-one matchup.
Rogers looking the other way. Devin Taylor almost got him and got blocked, but unable back. Jordan Rogers at the helm, trying to lead his team to an upset over a top 10 team. Rogers, the crowd, the old Pirate calling ball plays again. Now 2nd down for Jordan Rogers. Rogers in a world of trouble, but he gets away. Now he's got a little running room and a good block by the official on Shaq Wilson. Rogers down and then. Jordan might have beaten Shaq Wilson to the corner anyway. Zach Stacy carries it inside. Play action. Rogers sacked.
And a very accurate short pass. Fakes the quick run. And
helped to be at about 80% for this game. I'll finish after the play, guys.
In trouble, makes the smart decision.
Back draw for Whitlow.
Takes off and grabbed and spun down.
Gap between the guard and the center to the right, and that was just not great technique at the point of attack.
Whitlow.
Guard who's going to dive through your legs like that.
Whitlow rolling left, throwing short. Complete fool.
They untaped him, and they took him to the locker room, and they're going to do x-rays.
Here's Whitlow on the run. Thank you, Janine. This kid's got some... Holds up. There's a lot of heat on Joker Phillips, they say. Even though he's only in his third year, but he has recruited some talent on this.
Unblocked. So if you're Randy Sanders, the offensive coordinator, what do you do now? You bring him down.
Run anybody on your team.
That's the problem.
Pressure.
By the senior right guard.
And that pass skips to the wide receiver. Shotgun. George is the running back with him, and he'll go out on the pattern. Whitlow with a lot of time. Throws complete to Robinson. Adjusting on the fly. George on the draw. Already you're on your backup quarterback, Jalen Whitlow. And he's under pressure. And down he goes. Whitlow the last time. Clowney held off on the double team.
With A. Sanders' quickness, you let him fake the inside and bust it out.
After he aggravated an old shoulder injury. But he gets hurt right away. Whitlock from midfield. Here comes another blitz. And Whitlock grabbed it. Well, he did come down with the right hand in a downward thrust, so you can call him for hitting to the helmet. And then he need to come. He's ready again. The toss to Sanders. And Sanders breaking.
The new rule this year, they didn't call it, and I think that's the correct no call.
Yeah, I think you're right. He went over the outside shoulder. Give it off to George, who had a big first quarter, fighting for a draft pick. Decided to come back for a senior season. Pressure coming here. Whitlow throwing underneath. Incomplete.
Just let him read high-low.
Four-man rush. Throws near side. Tipped.
15 seconds to get the next play off.
Whitlow, draw play. Nothing. But if you're South, Whitlow has Sanders with him. Blitz coming. Whitlow to the end zone. They've got to throw it in the end zone or to the sideline. And Whitlow is sacked, lost the ball. Coming into this game, he had only thrown the ball 6 times and rushed it twice this season. On the toss, Raymond Singh. Four-man rush, Whitlow trying to get outside the pocket and throws that one.
Florida, because Smith, they didn't know till late, couldn't go.
3rd and 7. Whitlow hangs in the pocket, throws to the side. Bring the week anyhow.
But as odd as this sounds, it helped that Smith is there. He looks pretty good.
Draw for a yard. Whitlow, quarterback keeper. That's a run all the way. Kentucky has all the momentum in this game. Almost everything has gone right for them. Whitlow underneath, tipped it in.
The attack under what I think is the finest defense coordinator in the country, Bud Foster, doing a nice job.
Pressure and bring down Whitlow.
Clowney uses his hands so well to push off the left tackle. Such a wonderful job on Darian Miller.
In the pass rush. Whitlow hangs in the pocket, throws 2. This is learning on the fly. Whitlow running here, taking down. Pressure coming again. The throw underneath to the tight. Pressure on Whitlow, trying to run away from it. Whitlow with room, 1st down and more.
It goes all the way across the formation and picks up the blitz from the outside, and that's what Whitlow dumps underneath eventually.
Majors. They've acquitted themselves very well on the football field tonight.
Even yardage play, 1 yard.
Pressure coming, Whitlow taken.
Tough to block.
You have to feel for Mitchell. He's playing on a gimpy ankle. Whitlow under pressure again from behind, spun down. 17 the way they played in the first quarter. They need to make plays. Screen pass, Sanders. Well, what a
get behind the block, a big number 77.
And Miller's playing on a bad angle. 3 of these guys up front are hurt. This pass in. Kentucky needs 2 scores, and there's not a lot of time to get it.
Would be able to do what they did in 2010, but nobody expected it then either.
Clowney, a lot of pressure. Ball bounces in the air. Pick.
Would have declined it is the interception, but Whitlow panics a little bit here. Pardon me, that hits the guard, number 67, Larry Warford at the right.
Hit him right between the numbers.
But Clowney, as Whitlow was backing up, you know, that's a young guy starting to see white to see. This program now has an identity.
Draw play.
That's going to make it a 31-9 ball game.
In the Southeastern Conference, if there was a record, it belonged to Steve Spurrier. He was absolutely magnificent. Most
is when you have guys like Jadeveon Clowney rushing the passer. Just absolutely knocks the offensive tackle down.
This LSU offensive line, perhaps the biggest story of the offense. It holds on first. First down is so important when you've struggled on 3rd down. Here comes the toss play to Ware. Spencer Ware is stopped. Mettenberger with time, fires for the 1st down.
Holding on to the football, something that's been a problem this year.
We come back with Ware. Nice hole on the left side. The first game of the season, and they've had to use 3 left tackles. Mettenberger on 2nd and 4. Now they offset Hill. Play action under pressure. Gives it back to him on a beautiful. Clowney is the right defensive end, and he moves in quickly and gets the running back.
The LSU coaches are watching him every single play to see how he reacts to different looks.
Down and 1. They put a tight end over there on that side. Nick Jacobs to help out. And Ware picks up the 1st down and keeps for the tight end.
Watch the right guard, Trey Turner, 56. That's a redshirt freshman. A lot of people had some questions about. They have a true.
Our eye look. And Ware slips. Coaches were determined. He was a high school quarterback back in Cincinnati. Keeps it, steps for the 1st down.
Number 44 to the promised land. The fullback, J.C. Copeland, 6'1", 275 pounds. He'll lead you to that for Princeton.
And they give it to Hilliard, and he is stopped short.
Right.
Well, here it goes, and they hand it to Hilliard. Mettenberger, who's keeping him on the sideline, back to throw, rocket ship, incomplete. Need protection. Clowney trying to get to the middle, and they throw in that direction, and it was a fine play call. Clowney had to...
Brent is the left tackle, DeRosick, and how he gets downfield. This is a guy that's had knee issues over the years. He locks up with a corner, and it's his effort downfield that eventually first down.
A 20-yard gain brings it on to the 38, and LSU on the move again. They come right back. 2nd down and 10. Mettenberger, deeper drop, hit on the release, and it's Ford again, busting across the 20.
See with the tempo.
Jeremy Hill now going to run it right straight ahead, and that time the Gamecocks were ready. Power over on the right. They cut back for the 1st down. Holloman's up on the line of scrimmage. Copeland is hit in the backfield by Clowney, who broke that play up. Keeps it alive, and Clowney coming from behind him at the 50.
Effort, though, to go chase him down, because you're right. It looked like he had a tackle for a loss, but instead of staying on the ground, watch out from behind, because Copeland's still running, and you love to see front.
2nd down and 10. The short drop. Gonna throw that fade. Got an open receiver, and he overthrew the offensive line. Snaps it to Mettenberger, and knocked down by Clowney. Wanted to set.
Try to chop him here at the line of scrimmage. We saw last week by Gates, the left tackle from Georgia, that when you go underneath, you don't have much of a chance because he's so agile. He has an ability to go. Stop the game and take a picture of the scoreboard, right?
Exactly. Corso would have done that. As we go back and think. There's that 3rd down again.
Man covered.
Mettenberger, and he completes it to Landry. 15. Here's a handoff and breaking free.
Terrell Collins, watch these guys move people around on the left side. Clowney was actually moving inside, making it.
3rd and 3. Going to try. He's not going to get it on this 3rd down. No chance whatsoever to find the stop.
3rd and 3, and this is what you're facing if you're LSU trying to run the football. And it's a very athletic defensive line, shooting gaps, linebackers and safeties. You got 9 guys up there at the line of scrimmage trying to stop Kenny Hilliard. Get here.
So 7 for 10 on 3rd down. This time Mettenberger needs 5 yards to move the chains. Offensive line does a good job, and he picks up.
Mettenberger, he thinks he's going to go left, but eventually you'll see the receiver work his way back and eventually finds a window. That shows.
Clowney. With tight end help, and they run away from Clowney this time. And a solid Hill leads the way. Gashing to the 6-yard.
Thing opened up in a hurry.
Now they run that toss. Reaches for the end zone. Touchdown, LS.
That's what you do with it when you get into the red zone. This time they didn't get cute. You didn't see a wildcat. You didn't see him trying to throw it. They ran the football.
See if he can tee it up here on 3rd and 15. He's coming. Mettenberger gets it off on him. Incomplete. 2nd down and 11. Rush 4 against Mettenberger. Goes down the middle. Got a man open. Here's the rush.
Yeah, Clowney got in there. He actually went through the fullback and the tailback. They slid the offensive line to the right, and they put the 2 backs, Spencer Ware and J.C. Copeland. You guys take the big guy, and he split him in 2 and still got to the quarterback.
Got it done. Deflected again.
This is always hit his one more than they could handle. They just rolled the dice and said, you know what, one-on-one on the outside. There's not a safety in the middle. Clowney knows he's not going to be able to get there. Just jump. And ends off to a much better start.
And, you know, people didn't expect that. And long handoff to Ware. Tries to get the edge, and he's going to get that 1st down. That's a fight.
Get a horse collar there at the end of the play, but again, the tight end sets the edge there with Holloman and gets to the outside.
Endorsements and everything else. Hilliard back in. Play action. Mettenberger runs into one of the big fellas and down here in Baton Rouge. Traveled in his motorhome with his owners. That's complete, but that's well short of the. For LSU, down by 4 points. Little play action, handoff. Ware trying to bust it, got the 1st down. Fishman's in. Back goes Mettenberger. Got that quick slant and a beautiful.
Look at the safety, clear back here in the back, all by himself. So you got a lot of space to work with in here. That's exactly where they decide to try to pick him apart. Red zone.
We got 3 yards on that run. Moving to 2nd down and 7. Copeland's the fullback. He leads the way. And this will be, look at this youngster. Look at line. And Ware picks up 1st down as a over on the sideline now, and a run by Ware up the middle, and it is 1st down. Jeremy Hill, the running back. He'll come behind the left side of the line, and he's. It's going to be Jeremy Hill, and he's not going to get there. This is a 4th down. Hand off to the youngster. Hill breaks free. In a foot race. Can't catch him. How about
game with his feet last week at Vandy. He'll give it off to Gillisley. And Trey Burton is in the backfield. Here's Driscoll. Drills it. Touchdown.
Handles what people consider the best pass rusher in college football. Nixon stones him. Allows Driscoll to say exactly the same.
Gillisley is the running back. Takes the toss. Oh, brother. Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney, and a loss of 3.
Yeah, he just explodes off the line of scrimmage. He's right there. Watch him just read the snap. Missed down block that time. and he's in the backfield.
Wide on the field. Sweep to the right. Omarius Hines, number 20, and not.
We're not going to get distracted.
Driscoll back, rush coming, they got him. Sack, fourth down for
the tackles in the game.
Gillisley near the 50. 3-0. Driscoll. Ooh, that one almost.
Inside
watch
move.
Out. Clowney
he loves
and
move.
Taylor. The two.
I don't care what they're going to run pass rush. I'm going to go get the quarterback. But Clowney is great at coming inside after he goes wide. And that time, Xavier Nixon says, "You sure they can't let this guy go to the pros early?" That's that inside move that nobody in college football can hit. Let's see if they don't try to get a deep one against them.
Play action, good block in the backfield. Well, nice call, Mr. Danielson. It's caught, Omarius Hines.
And he's engaged. Watch the play right here. Gillisley comes in late from the right side of the screen. Engaged and hit by the second player. That is the correct call.
Absolutely. They stood him up and then chopped him at the knees, and it wipes out a 41-yard play.
And one of the great catches you're going to see in college football, by the way, a one-handed bomb.
In the first quarter of this game. Now second down and 24, swing pass out to the right, and not going to gain much. It's down 27 out of the spread. We'll just run Gillisley up the middle and punt it away.
A rule he'll remember.
Yes. Driscoll looks for a little blocking help on the
for 7 end of the line. Nobody even tries to block him. They're probably wondering one of those finesse option plays, and that's one of the reasons why.
They're down 4. Driscoll. Oh my God. Second turnover now for South Carolina. Driscoll shakes one tackle and then on second down and 8. Gillisley hit as he turns. He's hit in the back. Solomon Patton and Trey Burton keeps it first down.
Florida would find some more rush plays, and they're finding it with the Wildcat. Clowney came across to make.
This time, works his
7 and number 98. See if they handle it.
3rd and 6. Got it. Quentin Dunbar loose.
He's got the matchup. He knows he's got him. He stuffs him, keeps him to the outside, and if you stayed with
Gillisley.
I don't think so.
And now second down and goal. Play action. Driscoll deep in the end zone. Jordan.
Who number 2 is, and make a mistake. Who's number 1 on the play? As easy.
Gillisley. Got him. Now will they touch Clowney again?
A first down to get out of the half. They tried to run a play action pass, but again, Clowney this time goes right behind Jordan Reed for another negative play.
Not goal.
It's 21-3. Imagine the frustration.
On 3rd and 16, Gillisley. First down and 10. Gillisley. Yep. Dunbar starts in motion, sets up wide right. Stunts by the defensive line. Driscoll got his man. Sweep left. Solomon Patton. On blitz. Driscoll got Omarius Hines.
Wide receiver screen to the outside. Driscoll put a nice touch on it. Yes, it was. Gerald Dixon, number 92, and that was a wonderful throw that time. This is something that LSU did effectively against the South Carolina defense. A lot of wide receiver.
And they've got a second down and 2.
Oh, wow. I'd say the game. And he kept saying, you see that inside rush. That time he was going up against Jordan Reed again, who was not getting off the ball in time.
That keeps those numbers high. Driscoll around the end. This was a run.
Quarterback draw, maybe.
Under pressure, lobs it out. Reed is number 86. The freshman goes to the right side. Driscoll, look at the spin move in the middle. He's got a man open. Dunbar out of the eye this time.
Yeah, South Carolina very dispirited, it seems to me, right now.
Gillisley runs into Shaq with 5 touchdowns given up by South Carolina until today. Driscoll, play action, fires, caught.
Football by Driscoll. Right on the...
Back in 04. Driscoll, option pitch. Gillisley. Plays and calls. Driscoll. That was... Keep it conservative, give it to Gillisley and punt.
Great speed. They have a ton of playmakers.
Pressure up the middle as Boyd quickly gets it out that time to Brandon. And Boyd is able to lunge ahead. Didn't play last week. Was bothered by the leg issue. He's out there giving it a go as Boyd ends up finding him.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Clowney was blocked initially. You see him, he's right up top here. And then, like you said, Tosh Boyd, he's trying to get out of the thing, and he runs right into Mr. Clowney. Get bigger and stronger, but he's got all the requisite athleticism.
2nd and 15. Boyd downfield a little too high. And upended was DeAndre Hop. They bring 3 against Boyd. Across the middle and gets it complete. 2nd and 6. And Ellington is taken down. Boyd stepping up now. Can he get there? Makes one move and looks to have
watched. We watched a bunch of them. This Taj Boyd might be the best we've watched all season long. He can beat you with his feet. He can.
His coaches. Boyd trying to avoid the pressure, spins free, and then complete.
It's their fault.
There's McDowell now, and he gets to the edge. Well, Roderick McDowell crossing midfield.
Until you see them in person, they've got speed everywhere.
Now Boyd gonna take a recap. Ellington once again on the direct snap. 2nd and 7. Little pressure off the edge from Clowney. And Boyd. Bring forwards Boyd. And that ball.
Both guys have the.
For the Tigers at the 46. And Ellington takes it ahead.
Play against a good defensive front.
Boyd steps up. Flag is down as he is taken down. Back at the. Boyd, 41.
Time to get Sammy Watkins involved.
2nd and 6. Here's Ellington and Andre Ellington.
Oh, here comes Ellington. Now watch the O-line, just getting everybody on somebody. And you saw Clowney go for Taj Boyd. And Ellington was able to take advantage of that and duck underneath.
Here's Boyd. And that time he's taken down. 3rd and 14. DJ Howard in the game at running back now. Boyd. And that time, over the course of the past month, he's been playing great football. Brandon right now. 3rd and 1. Here's Boyd. And he easily fences in the country, South Carolina. Little pressure pressure off the edge, but he launches it downfield, and that was thrown up and intercepted.
You watch the pressure off the top side. Here it comes. Clowney was part of it, and Boardroom's the other guy, and then the ball just kind of called, so you get right to the line of scrimmage and make your call. Especially when it's a run. Lionel tearing it up in practices, so it's like the old ball coach has a few.
See if Boyd can bring this up, but pressure came.
Just getting into his groove. Thompson, he came over here just a second ago and bumped knuckles with each and every one of his linemen.
Boyd is taken.
Coverage took that away. He should turn around and thank his secondary.
Third sack of the night for Clowney, and they're looking for more against Boyd as he's able to get free this year. Boyd's going to launch it downfield, and that ball on the... Ellington now. That was a good burst by Ellington. Hopkins and Watkins. Such good targets in spots like this. Boyd, a little bit of pressure, he goes underneath, and it'll be at midfield because of it. And Roderick McDowell is in the backfield now. Boyd on a slant. Carolina lead. Haven't had a 4-game win streak in this series since the 50s. That ball is intercepted. Bryson Williams with the...
Nope, sorry. This safety right here. He's going to come down right inside. And he's doing what they call robbing. And all his job is to come down and sit in the middle of that zone.
Game day will be there next Saturday in Atlanta. And add to that total.
You can see him down here in the bottom of your screen. It's just a speed. Just ran right past him.
By the way, going up against Brandon Thomas, who was named the ACC Lineman of the Week at one point this year. Half sacks on the year. Boyd now. An All-American, and we discussed it possibly down there at the College Football Awards show with the Bednarik.
Start of the season. He's the guy, now seemingly blocked there, doesn't give up on the play, sack number 1. Then they come with numbers, provides pressure from the outside. They came from the inside, another sack. He's been really